Hello there everyone and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League highlights video. Today we are here of course for the iconic Suzuka. It's the Japanese Grand Prix and we are going to be looking at the highlights with the Tier 2 division. We hope you enjoy what we picked out. Darian Alfie taking pole position here in the Racing Point, the Croatian, a 1:26.206 for the pole time here for round 18 of Tier 2. It is Kai Bacchini on the front row next to him. Just 4 milliseconds, just 4 thousandths of a second behind him in this qualification session, and it's Crampy 2/10 off the front runners right now. In third position, rounding out the top three for this one. Scars in fourth, the South African with Maxim in fifth. We'll go down through the rest of this grid with you on the formation lap.
Well, there we go. We've loaded in. The lights are starting their sequence. The driver's not quite seeing it as we're seeing it, though. They're revving their engines now, so we're getting ready. And here we are. We are away for the Japanese Grand Prix. It looks like Crampy's had a much better start than Scars, and Kai Bacchini's going to be up the inside of Darian, down into turn one. Darian a little bit wide, and that is Kai Bacchini up into first place for the time being. Crampy's getting past Darian as well, so a poor start for the Racing Point. We've got a bit of an issue further back. Wisp's gone around the outside of Mario, and it looks like Squid in the Williams has had a trouble. Further down as Hennes is on the back of Mario, trying to get past just as Wisp did during this opening section, but so far so good for most of these drivers. Hennes looking around the outside of the McLaren into the first Degner. A little bit of contact between the two. I don't think there's any damage on the Haas as a result, but he's still in P8. Most of the McLaren is going to try and get past the AlphaTauri as it Scars wide through Spoon. It's Maxime B up his inside. Still side by side as they exit the corner, and it looks like Scars just had the better exit, and he's got more ERS to play with as well. So the Ferrari hanging on to P4 at the moment as they go down to 130R. Might have Crampy on the exit of the final corner, and like you said, the DRS zone, the one and only. It is Scars going up the inside of Crampy, and they're still side by side. Crampy now down into fourth place. He had a good start, hasn't really been able to hold it, and Maxime, Scars has just run away after getting past Crampy, and Maxime is really going to want to...
Oh, and Hennes has had a major issue coming out of Dunlop. You can see his car there on the outside, on the exit, just on our way into this first Degner, and that is a big crash out of the Haas, and he is not going to be thrilled about that. He has been on fire recently, but it's now Maxim hunting him down, and who else is here? It's Wisp around the outside of Spoon. Does he get this move done? Yes, maybe. He takes a penalty. Was it worth it? That's 3 seconds for the Swede, and he's hunting down Maxim. Maxim trying to squeeze him off a little bit here. Both drivers on the softs. And Mario is looking at this still in the McLaren, hunting down in 7th. Sejoss, the teammate of Maxim. There's a little bit of contact. Maxim into the rear of Crampy as Wisp, I think, gave him a little love tap. Doesn't appear to be any damage on Wisp's car, however. Maxim missing a front left end plate, as you said, George. And here we have it. Crampy now under threat from the Canadian regardless. Down the inside. Is this move going to happen? There's a big snap out. There's Wisp around the outside, and there goes an end plate for the AlphaTauri as well. Speaking of McLaren's, around the outside for Mario. Around the outside for Matteo as well. The big question is, can Matteo make it stick? He's got a missing front left end plate. Wisp has a missing front right end plate. You can see right now they're still so tight, and they have, of course, Liam. Now it's 3 wide. Coming up the straight into 130R. Wisp has the lead now. 2 wide between Liam and Matteo. How's this going to go? We have an aerial view coming through 130R. That's the Renault as well as Ali. Looking at all of this action. He has the front row seat. A big lunge coming out of the Renault. It's a lockup. He goes into Wisp. He makes it ahead of Matteo, but Matteo's got big plans for him and says, I'm going to take 12th back, thank you very much. And Liam is still in all of this action. The Canadian now with the DRS, the slipstream on the rear of the McLaren. Coming down into turn 1. Is it going to be the move done? No, not just yet. Domi now on the wheel. He's looking. Is he going to get Ali? Is Liam going to be able to catch up with Matteo? Ali now, a little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel banging between these two, and this is just pure intensity coming through Sector 1 right now, Unicorn. Barking up the rear of Adrian here as well. I think he might have an even better run than the Alfa Romeo. There it goes. Gadwin, the Finn, moving ahead into 7th position ahead of the sister car, the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, people running wide, so these tires have really taken a beating as Yaska up the inside of 130R. Super ambitious move. He's managed to get it done. Yeah, Gadwin's gone a little wide.
For these medium runners to get to these soft guys ahead, and Yasko's going to be happy he cleared these two. Here goes Adrian up the inside. Crampy sees him, gives him the space. How's the traction on exit? Is it going to be a move done for Adrian? Crampy's still a little bit of life in these softs, holding off Adrian right now. And this is going to be very hard for Adrian. He looks to the inside, and he can't be doing these things. He's going to take a penalty. Crampy's just taking a 3-second time penalty. Liam is going to be rubbing his hands together, waiting for an opportunity, and he's no stranger to Suzuka. He took his championship win around this circuit in Season 2, beating out Jay. So,
well, it's Domi as well, going up the inside of the pair of them. And he's now got the outside compared to Liam, and he's done it.
What an operation out of Domi there.
To the situation, and I think he's going to do just that. The ERS difference is just absolutely insane. The exit out of Spoon has just been perfect for Kai, and one either. So not going to be best pleased with how this race has gone for him, but it's now down in 19th place. He's got a penalty to boot as well. Liam's up 13. So these drivers right now in this top 5. Adrian's up 7 as well, but he's got a penalty. These guys, Kai's not really their fight.
Cars ahead, Gadwin now with DRS. Looking to the inside as we make our way into turn 1. It's a wheel-to-wheel exchange between the two of these drivers, and Maxim B has the front row seat and the popcorn. Into 12th, he's looking at, of course, Squid. Is he going to get another move around the outside? Maxim with the front row seat to this. A little bit of contact. Maxim wants that position back. Squid holding on for dear life in 11th with these fast movers behind, and Wisp and Maxim on the same tires.
If these mediums are starting to die out now, like across the likes of Kai towards the end of this race, Wisp gets past Squid. Cotter's just retired his car in the pit lane. And Maxim's going to get Squid as well down into turn 1. Is he going to be able to hold the move, though? He is. He's absolutely flown past into the first corner. Right on the tail of Crampy, looking up the inside, down towards the hairpin around the outside. Now for the McLaren and Crampy's car. Not sure what happened there for him, but Mateo up into P14 regardless.
Mario, his teammate, as well.
Crampy looks like he might be going. He's dived up the inside of Mateo into the chicane.
Oh!
It's gone completely deep.
Well, Ali's just punted him almost back into the McLaren.
Well, Crampy now using that bump draft to get back past the McLaren.
And a ton of pace. Of course, to everybody who's tuning in, welcome in, welcome in. Domi now around the outside through into the first Degner.
Yeah, and Liam needs to take these tyres to the end as well. Wisp's tyres are very old.
Oh, no!
Huge snap and taking Wisp with him. Gadwin's out of this race, and that's a full course safety car. It's gone.
This race was absolutely broken wide open now. Mateo coming into 130R up the inside. Adrian coming off a little wide there, and this has exposed him to Maxim B. Kai Bacchini takes the checkered flag. Ali Avci with a dive into the chicane on the final lap of this race. The stewards are going to be looking at this. Adrian now crossing the line. What was that?